Today I invite you to embrace the transformative power of affirmations. Words are not just sounds, they are vibrations that resonate with our soul and shape our reality. The words we choose to speak and repeat reflect our beliefs and influence our actions, gradually crafting the life we live. Affirmations are more than positive statements. They are declarations of intent, anchoring us to our goals, dreams, and highest potential. When spoken consistently and with conviction, they have the power to rewrite our inner narrative, replacing doubt with confidence, fear with courage, and limitations with infinite possibilities. Repeating affirmations is like planting seeds in the garden of your mind. With patience and care, they grow into a thriving belief system, influencing every aspect of your life. The journey may feel slow at times, but remember, what you water grows. Let us make a commitment today, not just to say affirmations, but to believe in them, live by them, and let them guide us toward the life we desire and deserve. I am worthy of love, success, and happiness is a profound affirmation that resonates deeply with the human experience. It serves as a gentle yet powerful reminder that our worth is intrinsic and not contingent on external validation or accomplishments. In a world where we are often bombarded with messages that encourage comparison and self-doubt, this affirmation acts as a shield against negativity and a beacon of self-compassion. Repeating it consistently allows us to internalize the truth that we are inherently deserving of love and acceptance, not because of what we achieve, but because of who we are. This affirmation also challenges limiting beliefs that may have been ingrained in us over time, dismantling the notion that our value is tied to the approval of others or to meeting certain societal standards. By embracing this affirmation, we begin to cultivate a mindset that celebrates our unique qualities and acknowledges that we are enough, just as we are. It helps to shift our focus from seeking external validation to nurturing self-love and self-worth. When we affirm our worthiness, it also changes how we approach success and happiness. We no longer see them as distant goals or privileges reserved for others, but as natural extensions of our being. This shift in perspective empowers us to pursue our dreams with confidence and joy, free from the fear of failure or rejection. It allows us to attract healthy relationships, meaningful opportunities, and a sense of fulfillment as we operate from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. By repeating and embodying this affirmation, we give ourselves permission to embrace life fully, knowing that we are worthy of all the love, success, and happiness it has to offer. It's a transformative declaration that invites us to step into our power and live with purpose and authenticity. Every challenge I face strengthens me is a powerful affirmation that shifts our perspective on adversity. Life is inherently unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable, but how we perceive and respond to them can profoundly shape our journey. This affirmation encourages us to view obstacles not as barriers, but as opportunities for growth, resilience, and self-discovery. It reminds us that within every difficulty lies the potential to uncover strengths we may not have realized we possessed. When we repeat this affirmation, we train our minds to approach challenges with courage rather than fear. It helps us reframe setbacks as stepping stones, understanding that each experience, no matter how tough, carries valuable lessons. Instead of succumbing to frustration or despair, we cultivate a mindset of perseverance, knowing that the process of overcoming difficulties builds character and fortifies our resolve. This perspective also fosters a sense of empowerment. When we affirm that challenges strengthen us, we reclaim control over our narrative. We acknowledge that while we may not have power over the circumstances, we have the power to choose our response. This shift in mindset enables us to act with purpose, resilience, and grace, even in the face of adversity. Moreover, this affirmation encourages gratitude for life's trials. Though they may be uncomfortable or painful in the moment, they often lead to personal growth and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. They teach us patience, empathy, and the value of persistence. By embracing challenges as part of our journey, we become more adaptable and better equipped to handle future uncertainties. Incorporating this affirmation into our daily lives strengthens not only our mindset but also our emotional and mental fortitude. It serves as a reminder that we are capable of navigating life's ups and downs, emerging stronger and more resilient each time. With this belief, challenges become less daunting, and we learn to trust in our ability to thrive, no matter what life throws our way. I radiate confidence and positivity. In all I do is a transformative affirmation that highlights the power of self-assurance and an optimistic mindset. Confidence is not just about how we present ourselves to the world, but also about the inner belief that we are capable deserving, and prepared to handle life's challenges. When we embody this affirmation, we align ourselves with a mindset that exudes self-trust and encourages us to approach every task, interaction, and opportunity with enthusiasm and a positive outlook. Repeating this affirmation helps reinforce the belief that confidence is a state of mind rather than a fixed trait. It reminds us that confidence grows with intention, practice, and a willingness to embrace both successes and failures as integral parts of our journey. By affirming that we radiate confidence, we set the tone for our actions, ensuring they are rooted in self-belief and authenticity. This not only enhances our ability to perform effectively, but also inspires others to trust and engage with us on a deeper level. Positivity, as paired with confidence in this affirmation, is equally significant. It is the lens through which we view the world, choosing to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. When we affirm that positivity radiates from us, we commit to being a source of light and encouragement, both for ourselves and those around us. This mindset helps us navigate challenges with grace, maintain hope during difficult times, and celebrate victories, big or small, with genuine gratitude. The act of radiating confidence and positivity also has a ripple effect. Our energy influences the environment we are in and the people we interact with. By embodying these qualities, we create a space that fosters trust, collaboration, and mutual respect. This affirmation empowers us to lead by example, showing that a confident and positive approach can inspire others to do the same. Over time, the consistent practice of this affirmation transforms how we perceive ourselves and how others perceive us. It reinforces the belief that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way, while our positivity ensures that we do so with an open heart and a resilient spirit. Together, these qualities form the foundation for a fulfilling and impactful life, enabling us to shine brightly in all that we do. Abundance flows freely into my life is an affirmation rooted in the principle of alignment with abundance and gratitude. It speaks to the idea that the universe is rich with opportunities, resources, and blessings, and by opening our hearts and minds, we can attract them effortlessly. This affirmation encourages us to shift our focus from scarcity and lack to a mindset of plenty, where we trust that life provides for us in its own perfect timing and manner. When we repeat this affirmation, we train our minds to recognize and appreciate the abundance already present in our lives. It might be the love of family and friends, the opportunities for growth, the beauty of nature, or even the simple joys of daily life. By focusing on these aspects, we cultivate a sense of gratitude that amplifies our awareness of the good surrounding us. This gratitude, in turn, acts as a magnet, drawing even more positive experiences and opportunities into our lives. This affirmation also encourages us to release limiting beliefs about deservingness and worth. Often we unconsciously block abundance by holding on to fears, doubts, or feelings of unworthiness. By affirming that abundance flows freely, we dismantle these mental barriers and open ourselves to receive without resistance. We acknowledge that abundance is not a finite resource, but an infinite energy that can manifest in countless ways, from financial prosperity to fulfilling relationships and personal growth. Furthermore, this affirmation inspires action. It reminds us that abundance is not merely about receiving, but also about giving. By sharing our time, energy, and resources generously, we contribute to the cycle of abundance. This creates a sense of interconnectedness, where we understand that what we put out into the world returns to us manifold. Whether it's through acts of kindness, collaboration, or creating value for others, we become active participants in the flow of abundance. Believing that abundance flows freely also cultivates resilience and optimism. When challenges arise, this affirmation helps us maintain faith that setbacks are temporary and that opportunities will emerge. It empowers us to see possibilities where others see obstacles, fostering creativity and resourcefulness. Ultimately, this affirmation is a declaration of trust in life's ability to provide and a commitment to aligning ourselves with its flow. By embracing this mindset, we not only attract abundance, but also learn to live in harmony with it, experiencing a life filled with gratitude, joy, and limitless potential. I am aligned with my purpose and passion is a deeply empowering affirmation that invites clarity, focus, and intentional living. It reminds us that each of us has a unique reason for being, a calling that resonates with our inner self and brings meaning to our lives. By affirming this alignment, we commit to recognizing, embracing, and pursuing what genuinely fulfills us. This affirmation emphasizes the importance of self-discovery. To align with our purpose and passion, we must first explore our inner desires, strengths, and values. It requires introspection to uncover what drives us, what excites us, and what gives us a sense of contribution. This process of self-awareness is transformative, as it brings us closer to understanding what we truly want from life, beyond external expectations or societal pressures. Repeating this affirmation also strengthens our resolve to prioritize what matters most. It encourages us to let go of distractions and activities that do not serve our higher purpose. Instead of scattering our energy, we channel it toward pursuits that align with our deepest aspirations. This focus allows us to achieve greater fulfillment, as we are no longer merely existing but living with intention and direction. When we affirm that we are aligned with our purpose and passion, we also tap into a wellspring of motivation and resilience. Challenges and setbacks become easier to navigate because we know they are part of a journey that is meaningful to us. This alignment fuels our determination, as the pursuit of our passions brings joy and satisfaction even in the face of obstacles. It becomes a source of inner strength, reminding us why we started and encouraging us to keep moving forward. Furthermore, this affirmation fosters authenticity. It empowers us to embrace who we are and express ourselves without fear of judgment. Living in alignment with our purpose and passion means showing up as our true selves, which not only enhances our confidence but also deepens our connections with others. When we are authentic, we inspire those around us to do the same, creating an environment of mutual respect and encouragement. Being aligned with our purpose and passion also contributes to a sense of flow in life. Decisions become clearer, opportunities seem to arise effortlessly, and our actions feel harmonious and meaningful. This state of alignment creates a profound sense of fulfillment and happiness, as we know we are living a life that is true to who we are. Ultimately, this affirmation is a powerful declaration of trust in ourselves and the path we are meant to walk. It encourages us to embrace our unique journey with confidence and to live each day with passion, purpose, and unwavering authenticity. I release all doubts and welcome peace of mind is a transformative affirmation that encourages us to let go of the mental clutter that holds us back. Doubts, whether they stem from fear, insecurity, or past experiences, can become barriers to clarity and confidence. This affirmation serves as a powerful reminder that we have the ability to choose thoughts that empower us and create space for inner calm and assurance. Doubt often originates from a fear of the unknown or a lack of trust in ourselves and our decisions. When we repeat this affirmation, we are making a conscious effort to challenge those doubts. It invites us to recognize that uncertainty is a natural part of life but does not have to dominate our thoughts or hinder our progress. By releasing doubt, we free ourselves from overthinking and second-guessing, allowing room for trust and self-belief to grow. Welcoming peace of mind through this affirmation involves cultivating a sense of inner stillness and balance. It is an acknowledgement that peace is not something we need to chase, it is already within us, waiting to be accessed. By letting go of doubts, we remove the obstacles that cloud our perspective and prevent us from experiencing this inner tranquility. Peace of mind is a state of being where we feel grounded, present, and in harmony with ourselves and our surroundings. This affirmation also encourages mindfulness. Letting go of doubt and embracing peace requires us to stay in the moment rather than dwelling on past regrets or future uncertainties. It shifts our focus from what might go wrong to what is happening now, allowing us to fully engage with life and make decisions with clarity and confidence. Mindfulness becomes a tool to quiet the noise of self-doubt and foster a sense of calm. Repeating this affirmation regularly builds resilience. It reminds us that doubts are fleeting and do not define us. Each time we affirm our ability to release them, we strengthen our capacity to face challenges with a clear and composed mind. This resilience helps us approach situations with a problem-solving attitude, rather than being paralyzed by indecision or fear. Moreover, this affirmation cultivates a positive relationship with ourselves. By releasing doubts, we show self-compassion and give ourselves permission to trust our instincts and abilities. This trust is essential for personal growth, as it empowers us to take risks, embrace opportunities, and move forward with confidence, knowing that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way. Ultimately, I release all doubts and welcome peace of mind is an affirmation of empowerment and serenity. It helps us clear mental roadblocks, create space for positivity, and live with a sense of ease and assurance. By embodying this affirmation, we align ourselves with a mindset of trust, clarity, and unwavering peace. My potential is limitless, and I embrace it fully is a powerful affirmation that invites us to recognize and unleash the boundless possibilities within ourselves. It reminds us that we are not confined by past experiences, societal expectations, or self-imposed limitations. Instead, we have the capacity to grow, learn, and achieve beyond what we may currently perceive as possible. This affirmation is an open invitation to step into the fullness of who we are and who we can become. When we affirm that our potential is limitless, we challenge the limiting beliefs that often hold us back. These beliefs might stem from fear, doubt, or the judgments of others, but they are not reflective of our true capabilities. Repeating this affirmation helps to rewire our mindset, replacing thoughts of I can't with I can and it's impossible with it's possible. It shifts our perspective, encouraging us to see opportunities rather than obstacles and to approach life with curiosity and optimism. Embracing our limitless potential also requires self-awareness and intentionality. It invites us to explore our passions, talents, and interests, and to invest in them with dedication and perseverance. This affirmation serves as a reminder that growth is a continuous journey, and every step we take brings us closer to realizing our full capabilities. By committing to self-improvement, we unlock new skills, insights, and possibilities that expand our horizons. This affirmation also emphasizes the importance of courage and resilience. Recognizing our limitless potential means being willing to step out of our comfort zones, take risks, and face challenges head-on. It is an acknowledgement that failure is not a sign of limitation but a stepping stone to success. Each setback becomes an opportunity to learn and grow, strengthening our determination and confidence in our ability to rise above difficulties. Moreover, affirming that we embrace our potential fully fosters a sense of empowerment. It reminds us that we are the architects of our lives, capable of shaping our reality through our thoughts, choices, and actions. By believing in our unlimited potential, we reclaim agency over our journey and make decisions that align with our highest aspirations. This mindset fuels a sense of purpose and drives us to pursue our goals with passion and unwavering commitment. This affirmation also inspires a ripple effect, influencing how we interact with the world. When we embrace our own potential, we encourage others to do the same. Our confidence and determination become a source of motivation for those around us, creating a positive and uplifting environment where everyone feels empowered to reach for their dreams. Ultimately, my potential is limitless, and I embrace it fully is a declaration of self-belief, courage, and possibility. It challenges us to dream big, act boldly, and live authentically, knowing that we are capable of far more than we can imagine. By embodying this affirmation, we open ourselves to a life of endless growth, achievement, and fulfillment. I attract success by being my authentic self is an affirmation that highlights the profound connection between authenticity and fulfillment. It is a reminder that true success comes not from imitating others or conforming to external expectations, but from embracing and expressing our unique qualities, values, and strengths. This affirmation empowers us to live and work in alignment with our true selves, knowing that authenticity is the foundation for genuine achievement and happiness. By repeating this affirmation, we reinforce the belief that who we are at our core is enough. It encourages us to let go of the need for approval or validation from others and instead focus on our own values and aspirations. This shift in mindset allows us to approach life with greater confidence, as we are no longer trying to fit into molds that don't suit us. Instead, we give ourselves permission to shine in our own way, trusting that our individuality is a strength, not a weakness. This affirmation also inspires us to cultivate self-awareness. Being authentic requires us to know and accept ourselves fully, including our strengths, weaknesses, passions, and dreams. It encourages introspection and a commitment to personal growth, as we learn to align our actions with our values and make choices that reflect our true selves. This alignment creates a sense of integrity and fulfillment, as we are living in harmony with who we truly are. Attracting success through authenticity also involves building meaningful connections. When we are genuine in our interactions, we create relationships based on trust and mutual respect. Others are drawn to our sincerity and are more likely to support and collaborate with us. This authenticity fosters a positive environment where we can thrive, surrounded by people who value and appreciate us for who we are. Additionally, this affirmation reminds us that success is not solely about external achievements, but also about inner satisfaction. When we pursue goals that resonate with our authentic selves, the journey becomes as rewarding as the destination. We find joy and purpose in our efforts, and our work feels meaningful and aligned with our passions. This intrinsic motivation drives us to excel and contributes to a sense of lasting fulfillment. Embracing our authenticity also liberates us from comparison and competition. When we affirm that success comes from being our true selves, we stop measuring our worth against others and focus instead on our own unique path. This perspective allows us to celebrate our individuality and recognize that there is room for everyone to succeed in their own way. Finally, this affirmation serves as a declaration of self-trust and empowerment. It reminds us that we are most effective, creative, and impactful when we operate from a place of authenticity. By being true to ourselves, we attract opportunities, relationships, and achievements that are in alignment with our values and aspirations, creating a life that feels deeply satisfying and meaningful. Through this affirmation, we embrace the truth that our authenticity is not only our greatest asset but also the key to our success. I am in charge of my thoughts, and I choose empowerment is a powerful affirmation that reinforces the importance of mental discipline and intentionality. It serves as a reminder that while we cannot control every external circumstance, we have full authority over our internal world. Our thoughts shape our beliefs, emotions, and actions, and by consciously choosing empowering thoughts, we can transform our reality and navigate life with confidence and resilience. This affirmation emphasizes personal responsibility. It reminds us that we have the ability to direct our minds rather than allowing them to be influenced by negativity, doubt, or external pressures. Taking charge of our thoughts requires awareness and effort, as we must consistently identify and challenge limiting beliefs or self-critical patterns. By affirming our control over our mental state, we take ownership of our well-being and become proactive in creating a positive and constructive mindset. Choosing empowerment through our thoughts involves shifting our focus from problems to possibilities. It means reframing challenges as opportunities for growth and seeing setbacks as temporary hurdles rather than insurmountable barriers. This shift in perspective allows us to approach situations with creativity and determination, unlocking solutions and pathways we might not have considered otherwise. Empowering thoughts fuel resilience, giving us the strength to persevere and thrive despite difficulties. This affirmation also fosters self-belief. When we actively choose thoughts that uplift and encourage us, we reinforce our confidence and capability. We begin to trust in our ability to handle life's challenges, make sound decisions, and achieve our goals. This self-assurance radiates outward, influencing our actions and interactions in a way that attracts opportunities and inspires others. Repeating this affirmation cultivates a sense of inner peace and stability. By taking charge of our thoughts, we reduce the impact of negative emotions such as fear, anxiety, or anger. We learn to respond to situations thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively, creating a sense of control over our emotions and behaviors. This emotional intelligence enhances our relationships, decision-making, and overall quality of life. Furthermore, this affirmation encourages us to align our thoughts with our values and aspirations. Empowering thoughts are those that support our goals and reflect the person we want to become. By consciously choosing such thoughts, we stay focused on our purpose and remain motivated to take action toward our dreams. This alignment ensures that our mental energy is directed toward growth and fulfillment rather than wasted on doubt or negativity. Lastly, this affirmation is a declaration of self-mastery. It reminds us that we are not at the mercy of our thoughts but are active participants in shaping them. By practicing mindfulness and positive thinking, we cultivate a mindset that empowers us to live with intention, purpose, and joy. I am in charge of my thoughts, and I choose empowerment as a call to take control of our inner dialogue, embrace our power, and create a life that reflects our highest potential. I am grateful for everything that I have, and everything that is coming is an affirmation that centers around the transformative power of gratitude. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already possess and anticipates even greater blessings ahead. By embracing this mindset, we acknowledge the abundance in our lives, from the relationships we cherish to the opportunities we have encountered, and we invite more of the same into our future. This affirmation serves as a constant reminder that gratitude is not just an emotion but a powerful tool for manifesting more positivity and fulfillment. Gratitude helps us cultivate a sense of contentment in the present moment. When we affirm our gratitude for everything we have, we stop waiting for some distant goal or future event to bring us happiness. We realize that the richness of life is already here, woven into the everyday moments and small blessings that we often overlook. This shift in focus from striving to appreciating opens us up to deeper levels of peace and satisfaction. Furthermore, being grateful for what is coming in our lives is an act of faith. It demonstrates trust in the flow of life and in our ability to receive. By anticipating the positive experiences and blessings that lie ahead, we align ourselves with the energy of abundance. This forward-looking gratitude helps us attract the opportunities, relationships, and experiences we desire, because it signals to the universe that we are open and ready to receive more good things. Gratitude also enhances our emotional resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, but when we practice gratitude, we create a buffer against negativity. Even in challenging times, we can focus on the lessons learned, the growth we experience, and the support we receive. By acknowledging the positive aspects of every situation, no matter how difficult, we empower ourselves to face adversity with optimism and strength. Gratitude serves as a grounding force that helps us maintain balance and perspective. Additionally, this affirmation reinforces a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. When we express gratitude for what we have, we shift our perception from lack to plenty. This shift helps us recognize the many blessings, big and small, that surround us daily. It teaches us that there is always something to be grateful for, no matter our circumstances, and that the more we focus on the good, the more we invite it into our lives. Another benefit of this affirmation is that it fosters a sense of connection. Gratitude helps us recognize the people, places, and experiences that contribute to our well-being. It strengthens our relationships by encouraging us to acknowledge the kindness, love, and support of others. When we express gratitude to those around us, we deepen our bonds and create a cycle of mutual appreciation, which in turn enhances our sense of community and belonging. This affirmation also cultivates a mindset of positivity. When we actively look for things to be grateful for, we train our minds to seek out the good in every situation. This habit of focusing on the positive not only improves our overall mood and outlook on life, but also helps us develop a more optimistic and resilient perspective. Over time, gratitude becomes a natural lens through which we view the world, making it easier to navigate challenges with a sense of hope and possibility. Gratitude increases our self-awareness. By taking the time to reflect on the things we are thankful for, we develop a deeper understanding of what truly matters to us. It encourages us to connect with our values, desires, and priorities, helping us align our actions with our authentic selves. This self-awareness leads to more intentional living, where we make choices that reflect our true passions and aspirations. In addition, practicing gratitude enhances our overall well-being. Studies have shown that people who regularly express gratitude experience improved mental health, increased happiness, and even better physical health. By focusing on what is good in our lives, we reduce stress, anxiety, and negative emotions, fostering a sense of inner peace and joy. Gratitude becomes a powerful tool for improving both our emotional and physical well-being. Lastly, I am grateful for everything that I have, and everything that is coming is a celebration of life itself. It reminds us to appreciate the present moment, embrace the abundance around us, and trust in the unfolding of our journey. This affirmation not only elevates our sense of gratitude, but also empowers us to live with intention and joy, knowing that the best is yet to come. It encourages us to celebrate both the past and the future, recognizing that both are part of a greater, ever-unfolding story of growth, fulfillment, and possibility. I am worthy of all the love, success, and abundance that life has to offer is a profound affirmation that emphasizes the importance of recognizing our inherent value and the abundance that the universe is ready to provide. It serves as a reminder that we are deserving of all the good things life has to offer, whether it's love, success, or material wealth. By embracing this affirmation, we affirm our self-worth and open ourselves to receiving the full spectrum of life's blessings. The first step in internalizing this affirmation is to recognize that worthiness is not conditional. We often mistakenly believe that we must meet certain criteria, be perfect, or achieve specific milestones to be deserving of love or success. This belief is rooted in a fear of not being good enough, but true worthiness comes from the understanding that we are valuable simply by existing. Every human being deserves love, success, and abundance, regardless of past mistakes or perceived shortcomings. When we affirm our worthiness, we liberate ourselves from the need for external validation and embrace our innate value. This affirmation also invites us to cultivate self-love. Loving ourselves is not just about feeling good in the moment, it's about accepting who we are, including our imperfections, and treating ourselves with kindness, respect, and compassion. When we believe we are worthy, we stop self-sabotaging behaviors like procrastination, self-criticism, or self-doubt, because we recognize that we are deserving of success and happiness. We start to nurture ourselves, setting boundaries that protect our well-being and creating space for growth and healing. Moreover, when we affirm that we are worthy of success, we begin to shift our mindset. Success is not something reserved for a select few, it is available to everyone, and we are as capable as anyone else of achieving it. By acknowledging our worth, we empower ourselves to pursue our dreams with confidence. We stop doubting our abilities or holding ourselves back due to fear or insecurity. This affirmation reminds us that we have unique talents, skills, and potential, and we deserve to see these qualities manifest in our lives. Affirming our worthiness also invites abundance into our lives. Abundance is not limited to financial wealth, it encompasses all areas of life, from emotional fulfillment to spiritual growth and supportive relationships. When we recognize that we are worthy of abundance, we stop limiting ourselves with beliefs of lack or scarcity. Instead of feeling like we need to struggle or hustle for everything, we begin to understand that abundance flows to us naturally when we align ourselves with the belief that we deserve it. This shift attracts opportunities, wealth, and positive experiences that reflect our belief in our worth. Additionally, this affirmation fosters gratitude. When we believe that we are worthy of life's blessings, we start to appreciate them more deeply. We become more mindful of the small joys, the love we receive, and the opportunities that come our way. Gratitude becomes a natural byproduct of acknowledging our worth, as we start to see everything, no matter how small, as a reflection of the abundance we are open to receiving. This positive outlook not only enhances our mental and emotional well-being, but also makes us more receptive to even more blessings. Embracing this affirmation also strengthens our resilience. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, but when we believe in our worthiness, we develop a deeper sense of inner strength. We no longer see difficulties as evidence that we are undeserving or incapable. Instead, we view them as part of our growth and learning process. This belief helps us navigate hard times with the understanding that we are worthy of success and happiness, and no obstacle is too big to overcome. This affirmation also creates a ripple effect in our relationships. When we recognize our own worth, we stop tolerating relationships that diminish us or drain our energy. We begin to attract people who respect and value us for who we truly are. Our interactions become more genuine, filled with mutual respect, love, and appreciation. We no longer settle for less than we deserve in friendships, romantic relationships, or professional connections, because we know our value and will not accept anything less than what aligns with our worth. Furthermore, affirming our worthiness helps us to set higher standards for ourselves. When we believe that we deserve the best, we hold ourselves to a higher standard of self-respect, personal growth, and integrity. We make decisions that are in line with our values and goals, and we no longer compromise on our dreams or desires. This level of self-respect influences the choices we make, the people we surround ourselves with, and the way we show up in the world. Lastly, this affirmation connects us to our higher self and the greater universe. By recognizing that we are worthy of all the love, success, and abundance life has to offer, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life. We begin to see that we are not separate from the universe or other people. We are part of an interconnected system that supports and nourishes us. As we tap into this universal energy, we feel more grounded and at peace, trusting that everything we need is already on its way to us. The universe is a magnificent mirror, reflecting back the energy you project into it. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold, these are the frequencies you send out into the vast expanse. The universe, with its infinite wisdom, responds not to your words, not to your wishes, but to the energy behind them. It doesn't matter if you say you want abundance. If your energy vibrates with doubt or fear, the universe will echo that back to you. To align with the universe and manifest your desires within 48 hours, you must first take responsibility for your inner world. Begin by quieting your mind and tuning into your heart. Feel the stillness, the peace that already exists within you. This is your connection to the divine energy that powers the universe. When you cultivate this sense of peace, you elevate your frequency, opening the channels for your desires to flow into your life effortlessly. The secret lies in living as though your desires have already manifested. Don't wait for the evidence to feel grateful, feel the gratitude now. Don't wait for success to feel confident, embody that confidence in this very moment. When you act and feel as though your dreams are already real, you send a powerful signal to the universe. That signal says, I am ready, I am aligned, I am open to receive, and the universe cannot help but respond in kind. Visualization is your tool for bending reality. Close your eyes and see yourself living the life you dream of. Feel it with every fiber of your being. Smell the air, hear the sounds, and experience the joy as if it's happening now. Hold this vision in your mind, not with a sense of longing, but with a sense of knowing. You are not asking for something outside of yourself, you are recognizing the infinite power within you to call it into existence. Energy flows where attention goes. What you focus on expands. Release the grip of doubt, fear, and negativity. Instead, fill your mind with thoughts that empower you. Speak words that uplift you. Surround yourself with people and environments that match the vibration of your desires. Every moment is an opportunity to choose alignment, to choose faith, to choose love. Trust the process. You don't need to know how your desires will come to you. The universe orchestrates miracles far beyond your imagination. Your job is to stay in alignment, to keep your energy pure and high, and to move with inspired action when the opportunity arises. Be patient, but be unwavering in your belief. Know that what you have set in motion cannot be stopped. Your energy is your greatest currency. The universe is always listening, always responding. Shift your energy, and you will shift your reality. This is not magic, it is the divine law of creation. You hold the power, and the universe is ready to meet you. The energy you project into the universe is not just a force, it is a language, a conversation with the divine fabric of existence. Everything around you, every experience, every person you encounter, is a response to this unspoken dialogue. The universe doesn't interpret words as you might think. Instead, it reads the vibration behind them. It listens to your feelings, your beliefs, and the energy you emit consistently. Imagine for a moment that you are a magnet. This magnet doesn't pull or push based on effort, it simply attracts what is aligned with its frequency. If you hold an energy of abundance, joy, and certainty, you will naturally draw circumstances, opportunities, and people that resonate with those vibrations. Conversely, if your energy is steeped in fear, doubt, or resentment, the universe mirrors those frequencies back to you as well. It's not about blame or punishment, it's about alignment and resonance. The key to unlocking the manifestation of your desires lies in deliberate creation. This starts with clarity. The universe thrives on specificity, not because it needs your detailed instructions, but because clarity shapes your own energy. Take time to visualize exactly what you want. If it's success, imagine the feeling of accomplishment as if it has already arrived. If it's love, feel the warmth of that connection in your heart. The clearer your vision, the more precise your vibration, and the stronger the universe's response. Gratitude amplifies this process exponentially. Gratitude is not just an emotion, it's a frequency that aligns you with the abundance of the universe. When you are grateful, you are in a state of receiving. You signal to the universe that you recognize the blessings already present in your life, no matter how small. This recognition creates a powerful ripple effect. The more you express gratitude, the more the universe gives you reasons to be grateful. It becomes a cycle of abundance, a continuous flow of giving and receiving. However, this process requires faith. Faith is not passive, it is active and alive. Faith means trusting the unseen, believing in the reality of your desires before they manifest. It's easy to doubt when evidence is lacking, but true faith doesn't rely on what the eyes can see. Instead, it looks inward, to the power of your own energy and the infinite potential of the universe. When you trust deeply, you remove resistance, and in doing so, you create space for miracles to unfold. Resistance is the only thing that can slow down or block the manifestation of your desires. Resistance often takes the form of negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, or emotional baggage. It's the voice that says, "I'm not good enough," or "this is too hard," or "why hasn't it happened yet?" To dissolve resistance, you must become aware of it. Notice these thoughts without judgment and replace them with empowering affirmations. Remind yourself that you are worthy, that you are capable, and that the universe is always working in your favor. Letting go is another essential piece of the puzzle. This doesn't mean giving up on your desires, it means releasing the need to control how and when they will come to fruition. When you cling tightly to an outcome, you send a message of lack and desperation. But when you let go, you show trust in the process. You allow the universe to bring your desires to you in the most perfect way and at the most divine time. Letting go is freedom. It's the act of stepping back and allowing the flow of energy to guide you. Your energy also thrives in the present moment. The past is a memory, and the future is a potential. Neither holds the power that the present does. When you dwell in the present, fully immersed in the here and now, your energy becomes pure and potent. In this state, you align with the creative force of the universe. You can feel your connection to everything, and it is in this connection that your power to manifest becomes limitless. Visualization is more than just seeing images in your mind, it's about embodying the emotions and sensations of your desired reality. When you visualize, engage all your senses, hear the sounds, feel the textures, smell the scents, and see the details vividly. But most importantly, feel the joy, the excitement, the peace, or whatever emotion your desire brings. This emotional engagement raises your vibration and creates a magnetic pull toward your desires. The more often you practice this, the stronger your connection to your manifestations becomes. Connection is an extension of your energy. While your vibration sets the foundation, inspired action bridges the gap between your desires and their physical manifestation. Inspired action doesn't feel forced, it feels natural and aligned. It's the idea that comes to you unexpectedly, the opportunity that seems to appear out of nowhere. When these moments arise, act on them with confidence. Trust that these are the breadcrumbs the universe has laid out for you to follow. Forgiveness is a profound way to clear energy and make space for manifestation. When you hold on to resentment or anger, you anchor yourself to lower vibrations. Forgiveness isn't about condoning what happened, it's about releasing the weight of it. By forgiving others and yourself, you free your energy, allowing it to flow freely toward what you desire. This act of letting go opens doors that were previously blocked by negative emotions. Self-love is at the core of manifestation. The way you treat yourself, the thoughts you think about yourself, and the energy you direct inward all contribute to your vibration. When you love yourself unconditionally, you align with the energy of the universe, which is pure love. Speak kindly to yourself, honor your needs, and celebrate your journey. The more you pour love into yourself, the more the universe reflects that love back to you in the form of your desires. Meditation is a powerful tool for aligning your energy. It allows you to quiet the noise of the outside world and connect deeply with your inner self. In this state of stillness, you can tune into the frequency of your desires and reinforce your alignment with the universe. Even a few minutes of meditation each day can create profound shifts in your energy and bring clarity to your intentions. Remember, the universe responds not just to what you want, but to who you are being. If you want abundance, embody abundance. If you want love, embody love. Become the energy of your desires, and the universe will respond in kind. This is the law of resonance, the principle that like attracts like. You are not separate from your desires, you are one with them. When you embrace this truth, manifestation becomes a natural extension of your being. Keep your faith unshakable, your energy aligned, and your actions inspired. Know that the universe is always working in harmony with your highest good. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every action you take contributes to the reality you experience. You are the creator, and the universe is your willing partner, ready to bring your dreams into reality. The essence of creation lies in the understanding that everything is energy. The walls around you, the air you breathe, even the thoughts you think, all of it vibrates at specific frequencies. These vibrations interact constantly, shaping the reality you experience. When you grasp this fundamental truth, you realize that your thoughts and emotions are not trivial, they are powerful forces capable of shifting the fabric of your existence. You must learn to direct this energy intentionally. Many people move through life unaware of the energy they are emitting. They focus on what they lack, complain about circumstances, and dwell on fears. This scattered negative energy sends mixed signals to the universe, and the response is equally chaotic. To manifest effectively, you must become a master of your inner world. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. The universe doesn't distinguish between I want and I don't want. It responds solely to the energy behind your focus. Emotions are the fuel that drives your manifestations. If thoughts are the blueprint, emotions are the engine. When you feel joy, gratitude, and love, you radiate high-frequency energy that aligns with the flow of abundance in the universe. On the other hand, feelings of anger, envy, or despair create resistance, blocking the flow. This is why it's essential to cultivate positive emotions, even when external circumstances seem challenging. Your feelings are your greatest tools for shaping your reality. Affirmations are a powerful way to realign your energy. Words carry vibrations, and when spoken with belief and intention, they can transform your energy. Affirmations are not about convincing yourself of something false, they are about affirming the truth of your potential. Speak as though your desires are already yours. Say, I am abundant, I am loved, I am successful. Let these words sink into your being and become the foundation of your energy. Over time, these affirmations reshape your subconscious mind, which in turn reshapes your reality. Surrounding yourself with the right environment is equally crucial. Energy is contagious, and the people and spaces you immerse yourself in influence your vibration. Seek out environments that uplift you, inspire you, and align with your desires. Avoid toxic influences that drain your energy or pull you into negativity. Your surroundings should reflect the life you are manifesting, creating a sanctuary where your energy can flourish. One of the most underestimated aspects of manifestation is self-belief. You cannot receive what you do not believe you deserve. If deep down you feel unworthy of love, success, or happiness, your energy will reflect that belief, and the universe will mirror it back to you. To shift this, you must cultivate a sense of worthiness. Recognize that you are a divine being, inherently worthy of every good thing. Your worth is not determined by your past mistakes or external achievements, it is intrinsic and unchanging. Patience is a virtue in this process. While some manifestations can occur rapidly, others require time to align. The universe operates on divine timing, orchestrating events in a way that serves your highest good. Trust in this timing. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, nurture it, and trust that it will bloom in its season. Manifestation works the same way. Stay focused, stay aligned, and trust that what is meant for you is already on its way. Doubt is the thief of manifestation. It creeps in when you let external circumstances dictate your energy. Perhaps you look at your bank account or your relationship status and think, this isn't working. But manifestation requires unwavering faith. Even when reality seems to contradict your desires, hold on to your vision. Remember, your current circumstances are not your final destination, they are simply the result of past energy. Shift your focus to the future you are creating, and let that guide your feelings and actions. One of the most powerful practices for aligning your energy is to act as if your desire has already manifested. If you want wealth, carry yourself with the confidence of someone who is financially free. If you desire love, embody the qualities of a loving partner. Acting as if bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It aligns your energy with your desires, signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive. Journaling can also be a transformative tool in this journey. When you write about your desires as though they have already come true, you anchor them in your reality. Begin each entry with, I am so grateful that, and describe your life in vivid detail. Pour your emotions onto the page, feeling the joy and excitement of living your dream. This practice not only clarifies your vision but also intensifies the vibration you emit. Sleep is another powerful state for manifestation. As you drift off to sleep, your subconscious mind becomes highly receptive. Use this time to impress your desires upon your mind. Visualize your dreams as though they are happening right now. Feel the emotions of having them and let those feelings carry you into sleep. During the night, your subconscious will work tirelessly to align your energy with your desires, drawing them closer to you. Let go of the need to know every step of the journey. The how is not your responsibility, it belongs to the universe. Your job is to maintain your energy and take inspired action when opportunities present themselves. When you release the need for control, you open yourself to possibilities far greater than you could imagine. Trust that the universe has a plan, one that is perfectly tailored to your growth and fulfillment. Energy alignment is not a one-time event, it is a continuous practice. There will be moments when you falter, when doubt creeps in, or when external circumstances challenge your faith. In those moments, return to your center. Meditate, visualize, affirm, and feel gratitude. These practices are your tools for recalibrating your energy and staying on the path of manifestation. Understand that you are not separate from the universe, you are a part of it. The same energy that moves the stars, grows the trees, and creates life itself flows through you. You are a co-creator, and your energy is your contribution to the grand design. When you align with this truth, you step into your power, realizing that the universe is not outside of you but within you. Everything you desire is already available in the infinite field of possibilities. The moment you align your energy with it, you draw it into your reality. This is not a process of chasing or striving, it is a process of becoming. As you shift your energy, the universe shifts with you, responding to your vibration with precision and grace. Your journey of manifestation is a sacred dance with the universe. It is a journey of trust, alignment, and unwavering belief. Every thought, every feeling, and every action is a step in this dance, moving you closer to the life you envision. Embrace the process, cherish the lessons, and know that the universe is always conspiring in your favor. You are the creator, and your energy is the key to manifesting everything you desire. Each moment you spend cultivating the right energy brings you closer to the reality you desire. Think of your thoughts and emotions as a river flowing towards a destination. The strength and clarity of that flow determine how quickly and smoothly you reach your goal. When you allow negativity, doubt, or fear to enter, it's like placing obstacles in the river, slowing down or even redirecting its path. But when you maintain a steady current of belief, gratitude, and joy, the river becomes unstoppable. Your imagination is one of the greatest tools in shaping your energy. Visualizing is not merely daydreaming, it is an act of creation. When you close your eyes and vividly picture your desired life, you send a signal to the universe that says, "This is my reality." The clearer and more emotionally charged your visualization, the stronger that signal becomes. See yourself walking through the home of your dreams. Hear the laughter of your loved ones. Feel the excitement of achieving your goals. Let every sense come alive in your mind, making the vision as real as possible. Gratitude is a magnetic force that amplifies your energy. When you focus on what you are thankful for, you shift your attention away from lack and towards abundance. This shift not only uplifts your spirit but also aligns you with the frequency of receiving. Start each day by listing a few things you are grateful for, no matter how small. Feel the warmth of gratitude in your heart and let it radiate outward. The more you appreciate the good in your life, the more good the universe will bring to you. Intuition plays a pivotal role in the manifestation process. Often the universe responds to your energy by presenting opportunities, ideas, or nudges that guide you towards your desires. These moments of insight may come as a quiet whisper, a sudden inspiration, or a feeling that something is right. Trust these signs and act on them without hesitation. Intuition is the language of the universe, and by listening to it, you align yourself with its flow. Forgiveness is another vital aspect of maintaining high-frequency energy. Holding on to resentment, anger, or guilt weighs down your vibration, creating resistance in the manifestation process. To truly align with abundance, you must let go of past hurts and mistakes. Forgiveness is not about condoning wrongs, but about freeing yourself from the emotional burden they carry. Release those negative energies and make space for the blessings that are waiting to enter your life. Faith is the foundation of all manifestation. Even when the path ahead is unclear or obstacles arise, hold on to the belief that your desires are on their way. Faith is not about ignoring reality, but about trusting in possibilities beyond what you can see. It is the bridge between your present circumstances and your future dreams. With faith, you create a powerful resonance that draws your desires closer with unwavering certainty. There is a balance to be struck between intention and surrender. While it's important to focus on what you want and take inspired action, it's equally crucial to release the need to control every detail. Obsessing over outcomes or timelines creates tension and blocks the flow of energy. Instead, set your intentions clearly, align your energy with them, and then let go. Trust that the universe knows the best way to bring your desires to fruition. The people you interact with can have a profound effect on your energy. Choose to surround yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you, who believe in your dreams and encourage your growth. Distance yourself from those who drain your energy or fill your mind with doubt. Your circle should reflect the life you are creating, acting as a source of support and positivity. Meditation is a powerful practice for aligning your energy. In stillness, you connect with the essence of the universe and gain clarity on your desires. Use meditation to quiet your mind, visualize your goals, and tune into the frequency of abundance. Even a few minutes a day can create a profound shift in your energy, helping you manifest more effectively. There is a profound and sometimes unspoken truth about the dynamics between men and women. It's something deeply rooted in human nature, in the way attraction works and the way relationships evolve. Many people assume that the key to creating attraction, maintaining desire, and fostering connection lies in being ever present, emotionally available, and constantly striving to fulfill the needs of the other. However, the reality is often quite the opposite. Men are far more attracted to women who practice a form of detachment, a detachment not born out of indifference, but out of a deep sense of self-respect, independence, and personal strength. Attraction is a complex phenomenon woven together by psychology, biology, and life experience. It is influenced not just by appearances or superficial traits, but by the underlying character and emotional energy one projects. What many fail to realize is that men, despite their outward appearances of confidence and control, are driven by their emotions and instincts, often more than they care to admit. And the nature of these emotions is fundamentally shaped by one's perceptions of value, mystery, and autonomy. A woman who remains attached too closely, who gives up her own life and identity for the sake of a relationship, is often perceived as being less valuable, less intriguing, and in some cases even less attractive. Why? Because ultimately she fails to maintain the balance of power that comes with personal detachment and self-reliance. What do we mean by detachment? It's not the same thing as apathy or emotional coldness. A detached woman is not someone who is aloof, uninterested, or distant in a negative way. Rather, detachment in this context refers to maintaining a healthy boundary between one's sense of self and the desires, wants, and needs of others, particularly in romantic relationships. This detachment allows a woman to remain strong and firm in her identity, to preserve her autonomy, and to nurture a sense of self-worth that isn't contingent upon validation from anyone, least of all from the man in her life. In a world that increasingly encourages dependency and enmeshment, the woman who practices this form of detachment stands out as a beacon of strength. She is not chasing after external validation. She is not trying to mold herself to the desires of others. She understands that her value is inherent, not something to be negotiated or bargained for. This is a quality that men find tremendously attractive. It's a magnetism that draws them in, because it taps into something deep within them, a longing for respect, admiration, and a challenge that pushes them to be better, to grow, and to meet her on her level. Men are, by nature, attracted to what they perceive as rare, valuable, and difficult to attain. It's not that they don't want to be in a relationship or that they don't value connection. On the contrary, men crave meaningful relationships just as much as women do. However, the way men approach relationships is often different. While women may tend to look for stability, emotional connection, and the security of a partnership, men are often drawn to the challenge of a relationship. They want to feel like they've earned the attention and affection of the woman they desire. They need to know that they are worthy of her attention, and this sense of accomplishment can only come when a woman holds herself as a person of worth, someone who is not easily swayed or swamped by the needs of others. When a woman is overly available emotionally, physically, or mentally, it creates an imbalance in the relationship. A man may come to see her as predictable, and when things become predictable, they begin to lose their intrigue. The very mystery that makes a relationship exciting can be lost. Detachment allows a woman to maintain that mystery, to remain an enigma, which in turn keeps the man engaged. It is not manipulation or gamesmanship, but rather a subtle recognition that both individuals must bring something valuable to the relationship, and this begins with each person maintaining their own sense of self-worth. Consider the way men perceive women who are constantly vying for attention, approval, or validation. They are often seen as less secure, less independent, and in some cases even desperate. This is not an indictment of women who are in need of affection or love, but a recognition of how attraction works on a deeper psychological level. Men by nature are drawn to what they cannot easily have. They are drawn to strength, to resilience, to a woman who doesn't rely on them to complete her sense of self, but who instead invites them into her life as an equal partner. This sense of independence, this emotional detachment, actually creates a pull of force that is both magnetic and powerful. It is important to understand that detachment is not an excuse for emotional withdrawal or neglect. Detachment does not mean pushing people away or creating distance for the sake of creating distance. It means knowing when to step back and create space in a relationship so that both parties can maintain their individuality. It is the quiet power of restraint, of choosing not to overshare, not to over-explain, not to overcommit in ways that undermine one's personal integrity. In this space of detachment, a woman has the freedom to be herself, to cultivate her own interests, passions, and goals, and to live her life with a sense of fulfillment that is not dependent on the presence or validation of others. This emotional independence, this form of detachment, is something that men instinctively respect. It taps into a basic truth that real attraction is not about clinging or dependence, but about the recognition of worth. The woman who has her own life, her own goals, and her own identity is one who carries an inherent confidence, one that doesn't need constant reassurance. And this confidence is something that men find irresistibly attractive. It is a silent message that says, I am enough as I am, and you are welcome to join me, but I don't need you to define me. This detachment also carries with it a certain level of self-respect. A woman who practices detachment understands the importance of boundaries. She knows that love and intimacy are not about sacrifice, not about giving up one's identity or personal needs for the sake of another person. Relationships should be about mutual respect, shared growth, and the freedom to exist as separate individuals who come together to create something greater than themselves. When one person becomes too emotionally entwined with the other, it creates a dynamic where the relationship becomes a source of validation rather than a source of fulfillment. This is not sustainable, and it's not attractive. The attraction that men feel towards women who practice detachment is rooted in the psychological understanding that mystery and independence are powerful. It taps into the human need for challenge, for growth, and for discovery. A man wants to feel like he's working to earn a place in a woman's life, to prove his worthiness to her not because she is distant or cold, but because she knows her own worth and refuses to settle for anything less than someone who matches her strength and values. When a woman remains attached to herself first and foremost, she offers a level of emotional freedom that is rare and valuable. This is what creates a bond that is strong, healthy, and sustainable. Men are drawn to women who detach because they are attracted to what they cannot easily possess. They want to earn her respect, they want to grow in her presence, and they want to rise to the challenge of her emotional strength and independence. The woman who understands her own value, who maintains healthy boundaries and a sense of autonomy, becomes an irresistible force. She does not have to chase after anyone or beg for attention. She is a woman who stands firm in her own identity, and in doing so, she creates a dynamic that invites respect, admiration, and most importantly, true attraction. The pull of a woman's detachment, the allure of her emotional independence, is something that transcends mere attraction. It's a fundamental psychological dynamic that governs the way humans relate to one another. Detachment, in this sense, doesn't imply a lack of emotional involvement or a desire for distance for the sake of it. It signifies a deep inner strength, a self-sufficiency, and an acknowledgement that relationships are healthiest when they are built from a place of mutual respect and shared value, not dependency. We live in a world where attachment is often seen as a sign of love. We're taught that the closer we are to someone, the more we give of ourselves, the better the relationship. While this may be true in some circumstances, it fails to take into account the crucial role of self-identity and emotional independence in fostering healthy, long-term attraction. The reality is that when a woman becomes overly enmeshed in the needs or desires of a man, she risks losing the very essence of what makes her attractive to him in the first place, her autonomy. The man who is deeply interested in her will, paradoxically, often be drawn to the space she creates by not entirely giving herself away. The attraction that men feel for women who are not emotionally dependent on them is rooted in something instinctual and primal. Men, just as much as women, have a deep need for respect. They have a need for admiration, and they want to feel worthy of the attention and affection of a woman. A woman who practices detachment, who doesn't need constant reassurance, who doesn't demand validation, and who doesn't place all her emotional weight on a single person, is a woman who commands respect. There is power in this detachment, a power that stems from a quiet inner confidence. When a woman remains emotionally grounded and doesn't allow her self-worth to be swayed by the opinions or actions of others, especially a man, she exhibits a strength that is both rare and attractive. Detachment isn't about pushing people away or creating an emotional chasm. Rather, it's about choosing not to get caught up in the emotional volatility that often comes with romantic involvement. A woman who practices detachment is not someone who shuns intimacy, but someone who understands that true intimacy comes from a place of emotional strength and balance. It is not about demanding attention or monopolizing someone's emotional energy, but about creating space for both partners to grow as individuals, while still coming together in a meaningful and fulfilling way. This emotional freedom is, ironically, what allows a relationship to flourish. Men are inherently attracted to mystery, to the unknown, to that which they cannot immediately decipher. This attraction is based on the desire for challenge, for discovery, and ultimately for growth. When a woman is emotionally available to the point where her entire identity seems to revolve around another person, the mystery fades. There is nothing left to discover. But when a woman maintains her own life, her own goals, and her own interests, when she is emotionally detached enough to allow a relationship to grow without clinging, she becomes a challenge, a puzzle that beckons exploration. The man is drawn to this because it requires effort. It requires respect, patience, and understanding. The journey toward knowing her becomes an investment, and that investment is what ultimately deepens the connection between them. There is a fundamental misunderstanding when it comes to how attraction works. Many believe that a woman's willingness to sacrifice herself for a relationship or to become overly invested in a man's needs is the key to keeping his interest. But this sacrifice often leads to a loss of self-respect, and in doing so, it diminishes the very qualities that make a woman attractive in the first place. Men are drawn to women who maintain their self-respect, who know their worth, and who will not settle for less than they deserve. The woman who holds her own and practices emotional detachment does not chase after attention or validation. Instead, she invites it into her life by virtue of her confidence and inner strength. The concept of emotional detachment is not one that suggests a lack of affection or a desire to avoid closeness. Instead, it's about knowing when to step back and allow space in a relationship. It's about creating a dynamic where both parties can breathe, where they can come together as equals, rather than in a way that one person becomes emotionally dependent on the other. In the healthiest relationships, both individuals maintain their autonomy, while also sharing in the growth and connection that comes from being in each other's lives. This balance of independence and connection is what makes a relationship strong, and it's what sustains attraction over time. Men are often attracted to women who are unattainable not because they want to play games, but because they instinctively value what is difficult to obtain. This is not a conscious thought process, but rather something rooted in the psyche. The more available a woman is, the less she is seen as a challenge, and the less a man has to work to earn her attention and affection, the less he values her. The sense of challenge is what keeps the attraction alive. It's the pursuit of something greater, something more elusive, that drives the dynamics between the two. And when a woman maintains a level of detachment, she becomes that elusive force, a woman who cannot be easily defined or attained, and thus commands respect. There's also a subtle power in detachment that comes from not oversharing. In the age of constant communication and social media, it's easy to become emotionally overexposed. In doing so, a person risks losing their sense of mystery. When a woman overshares, when she constantly reveals her emotional state, her thoughts, her vulnerabilities, it can create a sense of emotional fatigue, not just for her, but for the person she's engaging with. While honesty and openness are important in a relationship, so too is the ability to maintain an air of mystery. This mystery doesn't come from hiding emotions or playing games, but from holding certain aspects of yourself back, allowing the other person to discover them over time. It's the subtle art of knowing what to share and when, and this is a skill that is deeply attractive. A woman who practices detachment has the ability to maintain a sense of balance, a state of inner peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. She is not swayed by the ups and downs of a relationship, nor does she allow herself to be consumed by the need for constant reassurance. She is emotionally independent, grounded in her sense of self, and secure in the knowledge that her value does not fluctuate based on anyone's actions or opinions. This detachment, this ability to remain emotionally centered, is what makes her so magnetic. She is a force to be reckoned with, someone who commands respect simply by virtue of her emotional maturity. Attraction, in the end, is not just about what we see on the surface. It's about the energy we project, the emotional strength we embody, and the way we carry ourselves in the world. When a woman practices detachment, she is not playing games or creating distance for the sake of it. She is simply honoring herself, her needs, her goals, and her emotions. This act of self-honor is what makes her both attractive and powerful. The detachment is not about closing off from others, it is about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for anything less than what you deserve. This self-respect, this emotional independence, is what draws people in because it is rare, it is valuable, and it is something worth pursuing. And so men are drawn to women who practice detachment because they represent a rare and precious quality, the ability to stand on their own, to remain grounded in their identity, and to invite others into their lives from a place of strength, not neediness. This detachment is not about avoidance or indifference, it is about maintaining a healthy balance of self-respect, emotional independence, and mutual respect in a relationship. When a woman does this, she becomes an irresistible force, a magnet for attraction, not because she is distant or cold, but because she has mastered the art of holding herself in high regard, and in doing so, creates an environment where true connection can thrive. The nature of attraction is mysterious, often difficult to define, yet it is clearly understood on a deeper level. When it comes to relationships, especially the dynamics between men and women, there are subtleties that go far beyond the visible, the obvious, and the tangible. It's not just about how someone looks, their career, or their accomplishments. Attraction is rooted deeply in the unseen aspects of a person's psyche, in their aura, their energy, and the emotional states they radiate. In the case of a woman who practices emotional detachment, her ability to remain composed, grounded, and self-sufficient in the face of emotional turmoil speaks volumes. Men find this strength fascinating, for it suggests a woman who has mastered herself, someone who is not at the mercy of fleeting emotions or external validation. Such a woman stands as a pillar of strength, and this self-possession naturally draws others to her. Emotional detachment, when practiced correctly, conveys that a person is whole, not searching for their completeness in others, but rather finding it within themselves. What's especially compelling about this is that men are often conditioned, whether consciously or subconsciously, to associate neediness with a loss of personal value. When a woman shows excessive emotional neediness or clings too tightly to those around her, it disrupts the delicate balance of independence and connection that men subconsciously desire. When a woman maintains detachment, it doesn't suggest coldness, it indicates strength and a level of self-awareness. She is not offering herself as a fixer-upper in need of constant repair. Instead, she enters the world and any relationship with a sense of equilibrium and self-respect, which makes her highly attractive to men who are looking for a partner, not a project. Another important aspect of this emotional detachment is that it offers space for the man to find his own footing. Many men, whether consciously or unconsciously, feel the weight of responsibility when they perceive a woman to be emotionally dependent on them. This weight can breed anxiety and a feeling of pressure to constantly perform in order to meet the expectations of the relationship. A woman who practices detachment, however, does not place this burden on her partner. She provides the freedom to exist alongside her, not to rescue her or validate her at every turn. This sense of emotional freedom within a relationship allows both parties to breathe, to be themselves, and to contribute authentically to the bond. In fact, it is often the freedom and space to express one's own individuality that forms the foundation for deep emotional connection. On a psychological level, detachment creates a sense of clarity. When someone is constantly wrapped up in their own emotional entanglements, they are unable to perceive others clearly. They may look to others for guidance, for answers, for validation, and in doing so, they obscure their own sense of direction. A woman who is emotionally detached is, in a sense, clearer, not clouded by excessive emotionality or need. She operates from a place of calm certainty, making her decisions from a solid foundation of internal clarity rather than external influence. This makes her extremely attractive to men who value independence and rationality. Detachment doesn't mean ignoring the feelings or needs of others, but rather responding from a place of emotional strength. It means stepping back when necessary, offering a thoughtful response instead of an automatic reaction, and being able to assess a situation objectively. This is particularly valuable in relationships where emotions can often cloud judgment or decision-making. A woman who practices detachment can respond more mindfully, with wisdom and patience, rather than being swept away by emotion. Men are drawn to this because it presents the opportunity for a stable, rational partnership, one where both individuals can hold space for each other's experiences while maintaining their own sense of self. The act of detaching emotionally also involves a deep trust in the universe, or in a higher power. A woman who maintains detachment tends not to force things to happen. She understands that there are times for action and times for waiting, and she knows that forcing things into existence will not necessarily lead to a better result. This sense of trust is powerful because it signals that she is not desperately clinging to outcomes or trying to control every aspect of her life. She lives with the understanding that everything will unfold as it should, at the right time, and that the universe will provide for her needs just as it will for others. There is a certain peace that radiates from this type of trust, and it is incredibly attractive to men who are seeking a partner who can be present and patient without feeling like they need to manipulate circumstances to fulfill their desires. In relationships where both partners maintain a healthy emotional detachment, there is a natural flow of energy. Each person brings their own strengths to the table, and they are able to create something greater than the sum of their individual parts. This type of connection is often described as a partnership, not a dependence. The person who practices detachment doesn't rely on their partner for emotional sustenance, and the partner does not rely on them for constant validation. There is a sense of interdependence, not dependence, which breeds a healthy, balanced relationship. A woman who is emotionally detached knows that she has the power to navigate life on her own, but she also knows that when two people come together, they can create a dynamic that is greater than either could achieve alone. This detachment does not make her any less loving or caring. In fact, it makes her love even more powerful because it is not driven by need. When a person loves from a place of emotional detachment, their love is pure. It is unconditional and untainted by personal neediness. This kind of love is attractive because it is grounded in reality and authenticity. It does not seek to control or change the other person, rather, it allows them to be who they truly are without judgment or expectation. Men are often drawn to this type of love because it reflects a deep understanding of what true connection is, a connection that is based on mutual respect, authenticity, and a shared understanding of the importance of emotional independence. Another aspect that men find attractive about women who practice emotional detachment is their capacity for self-reflection and growth. A woman who detaches emotionally is not afraid to look inward, to analyze her own thoughts, actions, and behaviors. She is committed to personal development and self-improvement, constantly striving to become the best version of herself. This type of self-awareness makes her even more attractive because it suggests that she is not stagnant or complacent. She is continually evolving, growing, and expanding, and men who are attracted to this type of energy are looking for a partner who is not afraid to embrace change and become better with time. Emotional detachment also creates a sense of balance and proportion. It allows a person to engage with their feelings without becoming overwhelmed by them. This kind of balance is crucial in relationships, where emotions can sometimes cloud judgment or decision-making. A woman who practices emotional detachment knows how to compartmentalize her emotions, dealing with them when necessary but not letting them dictate her every move. This sense of emotional control creates a stable and secure environment for both individuals in the relationship. It prevents emotional volatility from taking center stage and allows both people to navigate their lives and their relationship with a sense of clarity. Attraction to emotional detachment also reflects a deeper understanding of human nature. Men, consciously or unconsciously, are drawn to women who can offer emotional stability because it brings a sense of safety and security. When a woman is emotionally detached, she is not constantly dependent on others for her emotional well-being. She is not a victim of her emotions, but rather a creator of her own emotional state. This emotional autonomy is empowering not only to the woman but also to her partner, who can see that their relationship is built on solid ground, not on the shifting sands of emotional dependency. As we look deeper into the psychology of attraction, we see that emotional detachment is not just a trait, it is a form of personal mastery. It is a way of navigating the world with confidence, clarity, and self-respect. A woman who practices emotional detachment has the ability to walk through life with grace, understanding that she is worthy of love and respect without needing constant reassurance. Men are drawn to this not only because it signals strength, but also because it signals that she will not compromise her values or her sense of self in order to appease anyone else. This is a woman who knows who she is, who understands her worth, and who attracts others based on that inner strength and self-assurance. The beauty of emotional detachment lies in its ability to create space for true connection. When both partners are emotionally independent, they are free to engage in a relationship that is not rooted in need, but in mutual respect and understanding. This creates a foundation for a healthy, fulfilling relationship where both people can thrive as individuals while also supporting each other in their shared journey. Men are drawn to women who practice emotional detachment not because they are unavailable, but because they offer something far more valuable: emotional autonomy, self-respect, and a deep understanding of what it means to be truly whole. It is this wholeness that is magnetic, that draws others in, and that creates the foundation for a healthy and lasting relationship. When we examine attraction through the lens of emotional detachment, it becomes clear that this practice doesn't imply a lack of care or connection. Instead, it is about a profound respect for one's own emotional space and the boundaries that preserve personal integrity. This is where the concept of self-sufficiency comes into play. A woman who practices emotional detachment is not seeking fulfillment through her partner, rather. She enters relationships with the understanding that she is complete on her own. She recognizes that her happiness, sense of purpose, and emotional well-being are not dependent on another person's actions or affections. This quality, emotional self-sufficiency, is often a silent, yet powerful signal that she is capable of nurturing herself. She does not need her partner to fill a void or make her whole; she is already whole. This mindset creates an environment where men can feel that they are not walking on eggshells, trying to meet someone else's unspoken emotional needs. They are drawn to the freedom that such a woman offers, as it allows them to be themselves without the pressure of being emotionally responsible for someone else's sense of worth or stability. Men on a deep level want to feel free to express themselves, to be true to who they are, without constantly worrying about how they are being perceived or whether their partner's mood is going to shift with the next interaction. The attraction to a woman who practices emotional detachment also lies in the implicit message that she is not emotionally manipulated by the circumstances around her. Life will inevitably present challenges, conflicts, and moments of tension in any relationship. Yet a woman who maintains a sense of emotional detachment is able to face these situations with a level of composure and maturity that enables her to respond rather than react. This ability to stay grounded in the face of adversity creates a sense of trust, as it assures her partner that she will not crumble or become emotionally unpredictable when difficulties arise. For men who value stability, this is a powerful and reassuring quality. It suggests that their partner will be a reliable source of strength and calm during trying times. The ability to navigate through emotional storms without losing one's sense of self is deeply attractive, as it communicates resilience and emotional maturity. Such a woman will not use her emotions as a weapon or as a tool for gaining control. Instead, she keeps her emotional landscape clear and steady, which not only fosters trust but also cultivates a deeper, more authentic connection. Attraction to detachment is often misunderstood as emotional coldness, but in reality it represents emotional depth. Emotional detachment is not the absence of emotion, but the ability to engage with emotions in a mature, mindful way. The woman who practices detachment does not disregard her feelings, but she chooses to respond to them consciously rather than being swept away by them. This conscious response creates an emotional intelligence that allows her to communicate effectively, to relate to others with understanding, and to maintain a sense of perspective in even the most charged situations. This emotional wisdom is incredibly attractive as it speaks to her ability to handle complexity with grace and to foster harmonious relationships that are grounded in mutual respect. For men who are seeking a partner who is not ruled by emotional turbulence, this quality is invaluable. Emotional detachment fosters emotional security, and security is one of the cornerstones of attraction in relationships. A man is drawn to a woman who has the capacity to remain calm, composed, and thoughtful because it creates a safe space in which he, too, can express himself authentically. This freedom to be oneself without fear of judgment or emotional upheaval is one of the great gifts of a relationship where both partners maintain emotional detachment. They are free to be themselves, free to love without pressure, and free to grow without feeling that they must constantly alter their behavior to meet the emotional needs of their partner. Emotional detachment also promotes an understanding of one's own limits and boundaries. A woman who practices emotional detachment is not afraid to set limits, to say no when necessary, and to protect her energy from draining situations or relationships. This self-respect is magnetic as it communicates to others that she values herself and her well-being. Setting healthy boundaries is an act of self-care and self-love, and it signals to others that she will not tolerate behaviors that are harmful or draining. Men are attracted to this level of personal empowerment because it demonstrates that she has a clear sense of what is acceptable and what is not. This clarity creates a relationship dynamic where both individuals can operate from a place of mutual respect, and both can contribute to the relationship without fear of being taken advantage of or losing their sense of self. Another fascinating aspect of emotional detachment is the space it creates for deeper connection. Ironically, by practicing detachment, a woman invites others to connect with her on a deeper, more authentic level. When there is no emotional neediness or desperation, relationships become a choice, not an obligation. Men are drawn to this freedom because it suggests that the relationship is based on genuine connection rather than a need to fulfill emotional gaps. It allows for a more profound level of intimacy as both partners are free to explore each other's personalities, values, and desires without the pressure of emotional dependency. This is where the paradox lies. By letting go of emotional dependence, a woman can attract a partner who is more fully engaged and invested in the relationship. The emotional space that is created by detachment allows for mutual exploration, growth, and evolution within the relationship. There is no urgency to fix or fill something that is perceived as broken, and instead, both individuals can learn from each other and grow together. This emotional space also allows a woman to maintain a sense of mystery, which is a key element in attraction. Men are drawn to the unknown, to the elements of a person's character that remain hidden and waiting to be discovered. A woman who practices emotional detachment retains a sense of mystery because she does not reveal everything at once. She doesn't offer up all of her emotions or her thoughts at the drop of a hat. Instead, she chooses when and how to reveal pieces of herself, allowing the relationship to unfold naturally, at its own pace. This gradual unfolding is compelling because it creates a sense of curiosity and intrigue. Men are naturally curious beings, and they find themselves fascinated by the opportunity to get to know someone on a deeper level, discovering more layers of their personality over time. The emotional space that detachment creates fosters mutual respect between partners. When both individuals maintain a sense of emotional autonomy, they approach the relationship as equals, each bringing their own strength, wisdom, and individuality to the table. This sense of equality allows for a healthy, balanced relationship where both partners feel valued for who they truly are, not for what they can provide or give emotionally. Men are drawn to women who exhibit this emotional autonomy because it allows for a sense of partnership based on mutual admiration and respect. This dynamic of emotional detachment also fosters a relationship where both individuals are free to pursue their personal passions and goals. A woman who practices detachment is not constantly seeking to merge her identity with her partner's. She is comfortable in her own skin, and she encourages her partner to pursue his own passions and dreams as well. This sense of independence allows for a relationship that is not built on the need to constantly be together or to always be emotionally entangled. Instead, it is based on a shared commitment to personal growth, mutual respect, and the freedom to evolve as individuals while remaining deeply connected as a couple. In the long run, the emotional detachment that both partners maintain creates a sense of balance, stability, and security in the relationship. It allows both individuals to thrive as individuals while also deepening their bond as partners. The result is a relationship where both people are free to be their authentic selves, with the understanding that their value does not come from emotional dependence on one another, but from their shared respect, admiration, and love for each other. Men are drawn to women who practice emotional detachment not because they are distant or unavailable, but because they exude strength, self-awareness, and emotional maturity. These women possess the rare ability to engage in relationships from a place of emotional wholeness, creating a partnership based on respect, freedom, and authentic connection. By mastering their emotions and maintaining a sense of emotional autonomy, these women not only attract men, they create relationships that are grounded in mutual growth, emotional security, and deep, lasting love. In conclusion, the attraction that men feel toward women who practice emotional detachment is not about a lack of love or care, but rather a profound respect for self-sufficiency, emotional maturity, and personal boundaries. A woman who can detach emotionally creates an environment of freedom, trust, and respect within a relationship. She communicates strength, resilience, and emotional intelligence, which fosters a deeper connection based on mutual understanding rather than emotional dependence. Men are drawn to these qualities because they allow for a relationship where both partners can thrive individually while also growing together. Ultimately, emotional detachment is not about distancing oneself from love, but about creating the space for a love that is grounded in respect, balance, and authenticity. When both individuals in a relationship can maintain their emotional autonomy, the result is a deep, fulfilling connection that is based on freedom, trust, and genuine affection.